Meat bags. Here we are. We made it to video number 7, segment 7, episode 7. I don't know. Whatever. We're here. Number 7, cheap bike build off 2025. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd know why this whole setup is what it is right now. But fork is painted, and it should be short enough to work with. So put it all together. Depending on which rotor you guys choose, my budget right now is like 25 bucks, somewhere in there. So we're still under budget, but it's close. Let's get a bike in the stand. There it is, the Trek Mountain Track. You hang out up here. We've got our crown race. This is like staying close to falling in there, but I think it'll work with a little bit of carefulness. That's not being careful. Gotta pull the tape off on this. All right, where'd that go? I just had it. Oh. That sounds like a set crown race to me. It looks like a set crown race to me. Got the green monster. There we go. Did it match as well as I wanted it to? No. Did it match enough? Yeah. So what you guys didn't see was all of the, get out of here, wet sanding that went into this fork. Lots of wet sanding. Yeah, I like that. I don't think we're going to be throwing bar spins or anything like that. So that's the shifter on that side. That's the brake on that side. I like that. So that's going to go. So I'm a tall guy, so we're going to try and keep this up as high as possible. I'm pretty sure we're at maximum insertion, minimum insertion, minimum insertion. Electrical tape, rim strip, like what, 30 cents? That's what we're going to add it into the total, 30 cents. I think we're going to do like 3 rounds. That way we know we've got adequate spoke head coverage. I start by the valve stem hole. That way I'll know how many laps I have by how many times I go around the valve stem hole. All right, there's one. Here comes 2. And 3. Cold fingers again. A cold tire, so this should be fun. Ooh, yep. It's fun, all right. Get my valve stem through there. Oof. All right. I was looking over footage. I did not like that aspect ratio. Usually I have it wider for you guys. Anyway, none of that matters. We're building this bike, finally. We left off with the tire on the wheel. I don't really feel like standing here and pumping this up, wasting your guys' time. So we'll just do something like this. I don't know. It's looking like a bike, right? Let's put this rack on, huh? Pop that off there real quick. It's a metal reflector bracket, so I might repurpose that into something. You never know. Got 2 rack mounts here. I guess I need another camera for like over here, huh? I'm gonna be doing more of these build vids. I feel like this rack is a bit crooked. Or maybe, hey, this frame might be a bit crooked. Who knows? You know, one of these eyelets could have come off a little bit too. Oh, I'm jealous of everybody in their nice big workshops. I want a nice big workshop. All right, well, we're going to tighten it up here. We're going to tighten it up here. We're going to tighten it up here. Then maybe we're not going to tighten it up there yet. Well, by golly, it looks like it might be able to haul some cargo. I've even still got some room to like pull it back if I have to pull it back, or even move it forward a little bit. Yeah. All right, next step is caliper, rotor, all that good stuff. I want to sand the pads down on the caliper, and I want to like sand the rotor as well. All right, so here are my pads. Here's my caliper, my pin, my spreader spring. It's hard to see, I'm sorry, but my pads are kind of crappy. I mean, they're used, right? They came in a used caliper. And then I'm just gonna do the cheap rotor for now. And if you guys decide on a different rotor, then we'll change it up. But I'm just gonna do the cheap rotor for now. So I'm gonna clean that cheap rotor off a little bit. Try to anyway before I sand it, so I don't get any grease on my sandpaper, because that defeats the point. I'm pretty sure this rotor was on a free ball bearing hub, which it's going right back on a free ball bearing hub. Which, you know, in my last video, I was talking about how free ball bearing hubs are great, and they are. Sometimes with the disc brake, it can be a little less great. You get the grease flying everywhere, coming out of the hub, because it will come out of your hub, and then it'll get its way onto the caliper and onto the rotor, then onto the caliper, and then contaminate the pads, and so on and so forth. There. All right, so this has got some decent wear in it. I mean, it's a cheaper rotor. It's $3 after all. But I think I can still save it and make it work pretty good. I'm gonna hit it with the orbital, but we're gonna do the pads on here. Pads are easy. I just like to blow at the pad while I'm sanding, try and keep all of the crap off. Already, like you can tell compared to this one. I guess you can't really see in the camera. I don't know. Can you? I'll try and spray these down with alcohol too, and try and like clean them up a little bit. I'm just trying to do this to prevent some squeaking. Honestly, like I'm just like I know that they're probably gonna squeak pretty bad. But if I can clean some of this off, then I might be able to like bed the pads to the rotor a little bit and get a decent break out of it. That'd be cool, right? They came out pretty decent. We're gonna set those aside, and then I'm gonna hit that with the orbital. 220 sounds good to me. You can see some of the deeper grooves that were left in the rotor by the old pad, but I think it'll be okay. I think it's gonna be all right. You can see some of the deeper grooves, like when I shine it off in the light. The backside's got a little bit more of the deeper stuff, but I think it's gonna be okay. You guys don't need to see me put the rotor on the wheel, right? Or put the pads in the caliper. We'll do that, and then we'll just get it back on the bike. We'll see you in a second. Put some crimp ends on these cables here, make them look presentable. Cables are a little rusty. You can sand them and they'll come out looking nice again. I already did this one. Guess we can do this one too. You know, when you wipe them down, they look pretty nice. Little cheat hack. Buy new cables? No, I did not. You can even do the chain. You'll get a little bit of like this cool rustic look to it, but it'll shine up kind of nice. Hold on here. Let me just switch positions. Like an old used car salesman trick. You take a microfiber here. And it looks better. Is it new? No. Is it better? Yeah. Let's take it off the stand. I like it. Say 45 psi should do. That seat's gotta go. That seat has to go. I gotta find a seat. Depending on which rotor you guys pick for the build off, I should have enough money to get a seat. Maybe some pedals. Looks a lot different than it did when I first started, that's for sure. There's an 8mm wrench you see, and I laid it down right in front of me, but now I can't find it. Golly gee, where'd that friggin' wrench go? All right, let's go ride it. Okay, I lied. I said we were gonna go for a ride, but then I totally scored all these awesome parts right here. Got a handlebar with grips. Got these cool dimension pedals. They're not my typical like BMX style platform pedals that I like, but they'll work. I thought these bars were kind of cool. They're like slightly swept back with a little bit of rise. I think they're gonna really look good on there. And then this really cool like Springer saddle with like springs everywhere. It's a velo seat, velo, but yeah, this thing's kind of ugly, but I like it. It's very squishy and it's got springs, so that should be cool, right? But all of that, $18, which means that we are still under budget. I'm super excited. Let's get this put on. All right. First, I think we're gonna get these pedals off here. Remember, righty sidey, righty tighty, lefty sidey, righty loosey. That makes sense. I don't know. Oh man, get on there. There we go. Ugh, yeah. You know what? Screw that pedal wrench. I'm giving you guys all the angles this time. All of those angles. All right, righty loosey. Yeah. Screw that pedal. There's a hop in that tire. Figure that out. I was looking at these going, usually the spindles have some sort of indication as to which pedal is left and right if you can't like read the threads. Usually the left side has some like lines in it. And I turned it up and the left one's got a hole and the right one doesn't. The right one's just got this giant R and the left one's got this little L with this little hole. What do we want? More camera angles. When do we want them? Now. I like it. I mean, like I said, they're not my standard style like BMX platforms. I kind of like those. I have a big foot. Got a big old wide foot, so I like BMX platforms. But these are good, and I got them for the right price. They got some grippies. Plus, I figure if I give you all these different angles, you get to see more parts of the bike and what I mean about all these like little scratches and stuff. But it's okay. You're gonna be loved now. We're gonna carry things on you. This is my least favorite part here, changing the handlebars, just because I might be able to get these grips off. Not that I want to save them, but these levers are old school, and so I have to like pop the cable out of the brake lever here so this can come back farther. I tried to see if the pin pushed in, but it doesn't. And so what I got to do is pop that out, and then I can get up in there and undo this band because this has like a old road style band on there and the screws on the inside. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Get these cables out, loosened up anyway, so we can get them out of here. So that's kind of what's nice about the canty is that I can undo the canty in the back and give me plenty of slack here. But with the disc brake, I'm gonna have to just undo the cable and then reset the cable. And then on these shifters here, we've got the old school machine screws, which I'll probably replace with some Allen heads while we're right here because they just look better. And if these get a little rusty, they get really, really hard to take out. They strip, You gotta cut new slots or hope that the Phillips head works, which 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. And or you've started with the Phillips and now you're moved on to the flathead. And yeah, anyway, we'll get those too. Oh, there we go. Nice and loose. Perfect. We gotta get this side. I wonder if I can get up. Oh, so close. Do I have any slack that I can? Oh wow, there's a lot of adjustment in that barrel. I think I can get up in there now. Ooh, that one was really tight. But it's loose. Yay, we're all loose. Okay. Like squish the end up. And just kind of twist. It's got this really weird end cap in there. But anyway. Let's see if we can't get this one to do the same thing. Huh? It's like I could save them, you know? I mean, this one's got a split in it. But if somebody came into my little home repair shop here and was like, I need grips, I would just give these to them, you know? Be like, hey, it's not the best thing, that's for sure. But most likely get you home. There we go. So yeah, like I was saying, this one's got a little split there in the end. Like I said, somebody needs a free set of grips. You can have them. I really like these levers. They're very clean looking. I like the like how the barrel adjuster doesn't like come out. It just stays, in there. It's like a derailleur barrel adjuster. I've seen them a few times before. BLTY 21s. Tourney. I'm pretty sure that's what the TY is. Tourney. Brake lever. Tourney. Shimano Singapore. Left side. The dual SIS. This is some crazy levers. It stinks that they're all plastic, but crazy little shifter. All right, my apologies there. I moved the bike all around trying to get the grips off. Brought it way close to the camera. Too many camera angles. All right. This is nice and easy. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I think these bars are gonna be awesome on here, and I can't believe I found them. They're like not too swoopy. They're not straight. They're not. I don't know. I can't believe I found them. I'm not gonna like tighten it too much because I'm not sure where level is because my whole bike's kind of in the stand. So let's put some stuff back on now. Right side shifter and rear brake. Left side shifter. Front brake. And then these really cool ergon grips that I think are mountain bike grips, but you know what? They're gonna work. Left and right. Okay. Well, left, right. That says up, so we'll go a little bit of sticker residue on the bar there. And again, I guess I don't know where up is. I'll have to put the bike down. That's one of those things that's like hard to set up while you're in the stand, unless you have like a self-leveling stand. One of those difficult. And of course, I can't set any of that until I get it down. So I guess why don't we take it out of the stand, because then I can do the seat too. That's actually, I think it's pretty right. It could go. I'm gonna see if it can go up a little bit. Sometimes these things can be like they have like a optical illusion about them. Let's see there. Like I think that's more. I think that's it actually, right there. I like that. I like that. I can set these grips now. That's gonna be pretty decent right there. Like at first I was all like, man, I'd really like to get some like blue grips, maybe some blue pedals, teal, whatever color that is around the Trek logo there. Try and match it. But then this like all black and white with like just this little bit of color kind of started to appeal to me, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, right there. There. Now let's set this side in the same way. Right there. I like brakes. Brakes are good. And then let's replace the Allens and those bolts in there. Yeah, that's it. It's about the same length. And it's black. So I'm changing from that to that. I think the Allen just looks better, you know? Can't remember who was who I saw on it was one of their reels. Might have been a story, but they were talking about how the right shifter didn't have a barrel adjuster and the left one did, and that's because your rear derailleur usually has a barrel adjuster on it, but your front derailleur doesn't. That's why they did that. Saves a little bit of money, I guess. One less barrel adjuster for every rear shifter, and everything still works proper. All right, I like them. I like those bars way better than the other ones. I don't know. You just add that little bit. That's what it's all about, right? That little bit. That little bit of shine. This thing is terrible. Ugh. There, I'm gonna need those for the other seat. Just a little. Whoop. Nothing silly. Nothing too crazy silly. Now let's get the guts out of this. Yeah, look at this thing. Mixelle. It's a McDonald's seat. Mixelle. But I guess, look at this thing. Like, this thing is intense. Like Boy Scouts. Get it? Intense. All right, so I can't remember if I do it this way. Setback is that way. You can change the setback on that. Take that, throw that in there like that. But this is an aluminum post, and this is a steel clamp. So what'll happen is it will like weather rust itself together, chemically rust because of the two different metals, and make it really hard for it to come off. That higher seat, now I'll be able to put the seat post down lower, which makes me happy. Start tightening it up. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty neat that way too. I really like it. It's been very cold and windy, so it's been hard to get out for a ride and show you guys how it goes. It tracks really well. I can ride no hands, pretty much no problem. The front wheel is a little twitchy, with no hands, but it just takes some getting used to. The front brake is super powerful for being a 160 rotor on a 20-inch wheel. We were laughing about how funny it would look if I put a 203 rotor on the 20-inch wheel. The gears shift really well. No issues there. See if we can't get a side profile. Ah! The background noises in these next few clips were just terrible. But anyway, here comes a little wheelie. Whoop! I'm really just trying to test out what the fork can handle here. Its nimbleness, turning radiuses, some ice down here at the end of the driveway, so gotta be careful on that. Try a little stop it a fakie here, but not really having it. But my man Von Frank, he's gonna show you what it can handle. I feel like those monkeys. All right. Okay, let's stare at it.
Into the scene he described by creating an imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
Meat bags! I did it! I built a cargo bike for less than 150 USD. My total is like $147 total. $146, I don't know. It's right around there. I'll put it down in the description. You guys can see all the pricing. I'll do all the pricing in there. But thank you. Thank you for watching. I did not expect to get this much action on these videos. I was just kind of doing it for myself to be like, look, I did that, you know? But you guys really were really cool. This is like my first little series on YouTube. I'm gonna keep going. Like I said, I got episode 2 of putting the disc brake tab on the Specialized back there. But yeah, cheap bike build off 2025. Huge shout out to the Mullet Mechanic, Max the Mullet Mechanic, for putting this on and organizing everything. There's a bunch of others too. I'm gonna do my Toasty Rides, Second Life Bikes, the Bike Felix, Dave Bikes, Struner, 492, and I'm missing some, but there's a bunch of creators that put this all on. Some have YouTubes. A lot of them are on Instagram. And that's where all the voting is going to happen. All the voting will happen on Instagram. Today is the 21st, 22nd, 21st. I don't know. Competition ends on Sunday. Today's Friday. So today's the 21st. Voting starts on the 24th. And you have to tune into Instagram to do the voting. I still can't believe it. We got one of my favorite stickers on here. I know you saw that. We got one of my stickers on the front. We got one of my stickers on the head tube. How cool is that, huh? I did it. So, Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool content. Go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. Same handle, Cycling Viking. And I mean, we're always doing something cool. Until next time, get out and ride your bike. Make one too. Shut all this down. Peace.